Bonafide Hustler here.
RAIKEN profit.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Green Room Hangout number 27, where we talk about different kind of subjects every single Tuesday or Wednesday, it seems, at least once a week for an hour. Today's subject is going to be about inventory and also overhead costs. So one of the things we want to do before we get this program started is we want to do a sound check, make sure everything sounds good. So everybody in the comment feed, whoever's here, just make sure you just say, sounds good, can hear you loud and clear, all that kind of stuff. I'm the Bonafide Hustler. I reside in Austin, Texas. Whoops. Hold on real quick. I got a secondary feed going. I got a secondary feed. No!
It
Fail.
happens to us all.
Okay, let me get this super fail done here. And out. Okay. We're good? Cool. Okay, so my secondary feed is done and out of here, so we won't be hearing my echo anymore. But anyway, I'm the Bonafide Hustler. I reside in Austin, Texas. I flip stuff for a living. That's what I do to make my primary income, and I do it really well. I have a book. Well, it's behind me somewhere. It's called Flip That Shh. Anyway, you can pick it up down below. There's a link. You can check it out. It'll definitely get your mindset and your thoughts and everything ready for hustling if that's what you choose to do. Many of you people in the comment feed probably already have it, so thanks for buying it. I'll introduce my Green Room admin person right there. That is RAIKEN Profit.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Steve, or otherwise known as RAIKEN Profit on YouTube. Started reselling about 2 years ago, thanks to people like Chris, the Bonafide Hustler, and others that I learned a lot from on YouTube. Primarily, I sell clothing, but I also sell a lot of stuff on Craigslist. That could be bicycles, household items. I do Amazon FBA, a little bit here and there, merchant fulfilled. And I do quite a few things, writing books and whatnot. I do have a few books as well on the topic of selling clothing on eBay. But again, like I said, been doing this for 2 years, quit my job, haven't looked back, and I love every second of it. And I'm excited for today's show. We got an interesting topic that is going to be able to help a lot of people out.
Yep, and I agree. So if you guys are wondering, like, where is the rest of the Green Room? Well, right now CP is busy. He had some obligations, and Yang is actually at a dinner function. He'll be here in about 30 minutes, I believe. So Yang will definitely come in loud and clear, all youngish, into the Green Room Hangout. But yeah, we got some interesting people here in the Hangout feed. We have 31 viewers in the room, so that's great. Thanks for spending an hour. Well, I guess right now it's 4 minutes, but 56 minutes from now, it'll be a whole hour. So I got to tell you in the future, thanks for being here. Picker 399 sounds great. Bonafide Hustler, let's roll. So glad I'm getting to check this out live. Cool Toads can hear us. Orange Elephant 523 says loud and clear. Robert A. Burns, 2 Bonafide haters who already disliked the video before it started. They on some Bonafide BS. Hey, man. They're going to be haters wherever you go. Honestly, like, you can't get any amount of success in the world without haters. So really, if the haters don't show up, you might want to be alarmed because they have to be there in order for you to succeed. Because if they're not there, you're not succeeding, and that should be very alarming. Anyway, what do you think about that, RAIKEN?
Absolutely. I always talk about that all the time. I think I said the exact same quote. I mean, if you're doing well, there's people that are going to be jealous. They're going to be, they're going to want to take you down. Maybe they're not feeling good about themselves for one reason or another, and they just don't like what you're doing. Maybe if you're not getting any haters or any attention, you're doing something wrong. Maybe you're not putting yourself out there enough or standing by your opinion. So I mean, I welcome the haters. I mean, I think the key is to, you don't want to just push the haters away. You kind of want to listen to them to see if there's a pattern that keeps coming up, maybe about the way you talk, or maybe you're using too much profanity. You want to use that sometimes for your advantage. You don't want to just push them away. Sometimes the haters can help you, but it's going to happen. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Constructive criticism, I think, is what he's trying to say. That's a good thing. We always welcome that. I just don't know what the constructive criticism is behind disliking a video before it even starts. That's just mind-boggling, but hey, some people got to go through life the way they got to go through life, man. Very alarming, though, but hey, whatever. Can't do anything about it. But I'm glad it's there because now we know we're doing something right. So Orange Elephant 523, who is Brock from the Green Room, and you're gonna probably guys out there, if you're catching this for the very first time, honestly, this is a Green Room Hangout. What is the Green Room? It's a paid subscription-based Facebook group that we run. When I say we, it's College Picker, RAIKEN Profit, Retro Aficionado, and yeah, we basically host a community about 151 people right now, and $100 a year, and we'll show you all the most of the flips and bolos that we do. And on top of that, we really try to get a hands-on approach by helping people that have issues, whether it's with eBay, Amazon, or FBA, any of that kind of stuff. And we also discuss, antique booths and this and that. So if you want to get an edge on your business, I think it's one of those things you should definitely consider. In the future, we're also going to be putting a majority of our offered products in the Green Room for free. So that's
Mm.
definitely a perk about joining. But honestly, the feed every single day with the amount of people that are beginner, intermediate, and expert hustlers in there is really what you should be joining for. And the added bonus will just be those things that we are giving out for free. So, Raiken, you are working on something that might be in there a month and a
Yep.
half from now, maybe?
Somewhere around there, within a month or two, I'm working on another book that's going to help people, with selling clothing because that's what I do and my primary focus is. I mean, you know how it is, guys out there. If you focus on something day in and day out and you're constantly learning, I mean, eventually you're going to become, if you want to call it a master. I mean, I have tons of stuff that I don't know, but I really have a lot of information that I could give to people that could help them to make money, just like all I'm giving out is stuff that's helped me, from 2 years ago, quitting my job to the point where I'm at now, where I have my own office and I'm making good money and, the income streams are building. So I'm working on a project. And the funny thing is, you were just talking about the benefits of the green room. And I was like, I just want to jump out and say, you got to tell them about all the stuff they're going to be getting in the future because I've got something I'm working on. I know you've got a bike guide. We've got something else that we can't really talk about, but there's at least three awesome things that are going to be coming into the green room soon that on top of the community and the forum and the chat and just everything. I mean, there's a ton of value that's really coming in the future and is already there. So we're all really freaking pumped up and excited.
Yeah, people in the Green Room, what I like about them the most is that I don't see a whole lot of, and excuse my language, but I don't see a whole lot of like bitching and moaning about things in the Green Room. So that's cool. I see a lot of hungry people that are anxious to unlock their own income stream potentials, right? So that's what I like the most. I notice that nearly every day. I'm like, okay, this definitely stands out to me versus other groups that I'm a part of. The green room is just a very positive place to be, which is cool. It's kind of like this green room hangout. It's always like a good positive vibe. We stay on track, and that's what it's kind of all about. So if you're in the green room and you're in the actual comment feeds, feel free to represent the green room. You can say exactly what you think about it. If you don't like it, if you love it, whatever. We want to see you in the comment feeds being active, just as active as you guys are out there in our feed on Facebook within the green room itself. Okay, enough about green room. We'll probably revisit that regardless somewhere in the hangout because there are a lot of people from the green room that are proud about being in the green room. So they're in the feeds and we see them talking, right? And it's pretty cool. Okay, so today's topic is going to be about what am I going to say? Inventory and overhead. Now, what's cool about the reason why I put overhead in there is because someone like RAIKEN, for example, has much more experience on overhead than someone like me. Because RAIKEN, you have a space and you have a worker, right?
Exactly. Now I'm actually up to two workers now. I've
Dang,
got my
bro.
I've got my girlfriend helping me out. I've hired her in. I said, you want to know what? If you want to roll with Rake and Profit, you got to come into the office 5-6 hours a week and pay your dues. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh
No,
my
but
gosh.
no, she's a really cool girl and she loves this type of stuff. I might even help her get into it. She wants to learn about it, so and she could use some extra money. So I'm kind of training her up right now. She was in the office today, teaching her about inputting the actual eBay listings in, which is somewhat challenging. And she was freaking rocking and rolling today. So I'm really excited about that. Got a guy photographing and doing all the listings and measuring. Now I've got my girl who's going to be putting them all in. So I'm trying, man,
Oh, I
building
hear
up
you,
a
man.
little
I hear you.
army.
Hey,
Who do we got here?
Steve got your
Young.
voice. What's up,
Young.
man?
What are you doing?
Dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I got
Are
this.
you living the good life where you work, you do hustling on the side, but it ends up making more than what you actually make in real life?
It's crazy, isn't it, dude? I'm. So for Chris is basically referring to me being at a conference for my day job. I'm literally like 30 feet away from the beach. I can literally walk outside of here. Let me take you guys.
Oh, he's
Oh
taking us.
gosh.
Right? Let me
Okay.
take you guys.
I don't know if people in the comment feed even like beaches, bro. Just
Oh,
so you
come
know.
on. Everyone likes to. So
Lot of assumptions there.
I'm leaving my hotel room. And I don't know if you guys can see this.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I love
Talk,
everything about the
talk,
beach.
Jan, so we can see it.
Yeah, that's nice, man. I enjoy the beach. I don't like sand, seagulls, or seawater. That's all. I can't stand those three things, but I love the beach. So,
Beautiful.
But
um,
yeah, no, I'm actually in Monterey, California for a conference for my day job.
cool.
And
Well, good. You're living the high life, bro.
yeah, I'm
Living the
trying.
high life. In the comment feeds, we got California Pickin', Mothership Products, John Paul Val, Juan Nunez, Cool Toads in there. We got a lot of people, man. We got 66 viewers in the room. Dusty D, CC's eBay store, Po' Boy Picker. Po' Boy Picker just joined the green room like the other day. Robert Burns. Okay, so a lot of people. Mass Pickers, Judd Isma, Zach Loop, Luis Gonzalez, who is really proud that he's on the second green room hangout, by the way. So pretty cool. Dustin Christ, Flip Flops All Day. Oh, I like that name. Flip Flops All Day. That reminds me of me, except for when it's workout time. Then I put on Nike. Flip Flops All Day. That's a great handle. What do you think, RAIKEN?
I like it.
Love it.
That's good. Even a Connecticut kid can love that, right?
Connecticut kids gotta love that.
How many pairs of sandals do you own, RAIKEN Profit, right now?
One.
One. Wow. Okay.
I don't really like wearing sandals that much.
Yang, how many pairs of sandals do you own?
It was 3, now I'm down to 2. I lost the other pair. I don't know where they went.
Oh. What kind are they?
Reefs.
Reefs, okay. I think the best sandal on the market right now is Olu Kai, by the way. Olu Kai. OLU space KAI. If you ever find those out there, they're worth a little bit of money. Yeah, I'm running at like 8 or 10 pairs right now. Like, I love sandals. It's like I love them. So let's go into the topic today, and the topic will be inventory and overhead. So we'll kind of give you a spin on all three of us hustlers right here, like what we do for inventory and how we're pretty good at it. Now, one of the things that I want to note is that if you want to get a little bit more than what I'm talking about today, it's definitely my book, Flip That, you know what I'm talking about. So definitely look at that down below, Flip That, SHIT, basically. And in that book, there actually is a chapter about inventory and how I control it. So a little bit more in depth will be in the book, but I'll tell you how I kind of do it right now. I use a lot of cardboard boxes that I find at Costco. So anytime my vehicle kind of goes out in the field, let's put it that way, I find things at thrift stores, garage sales, and I'm putting them directly in boxes, right? These open top boxes, not closed top, but open top boxes with handles on the side. So they usually carry things like pears and peaches and apples. It could be cabbage, but these like nice, really. There's one right down there. You can see it. This room is a wreck right now. I still got to clean it all up, but you can see right here. There's one right there. Okay. So I put a bunch of those in my vehicle every Saturday morning or whenever I go to thrift stores, and then depending on what I buy, right, I put it in a certain box. So like one box might be an FBA box, one box might be an antique mall box, and the other two are going to be, you know, eBay, need to be listed kind of things in the box. And then what I do from there is I take whatever I think I can, you know, process that day into my house. The rest of the boxes stay in my garage. And then from there, whatever I take in my house, I snap all the pictures right away, or I snap the pictures outside. Sometimes I don't even like the boxes to be in my house. This one just happens to be in my house because it's mostly an FBA box, so I haven't made my FBA shipment for the week, and that's pending. So, yeah, with these boxes, what you want to do is you want to, you know, list all at once, you know, take pictures all at once, all that kind of stuff. You always want to do things at once. I think that's the best way to do it. It's kind of like a factory. I discussed this in my book, that a factory is nothing but a stream of very well, you know, organized processes, right? So when you go to a factory, you don't see one machine making every little piece of the product. You see a bunch of machines doing processes, and that's the way I handle my inventory. Is I can't. It doesn't make any sense to, you know, snap a pictures and make a listing, then box it up, and then throw it up on the wall. It makes much more sense for me to like rapid fire 100 pictures, then go to the garage at some later time and do 30 different, or 100 different, boxes, all that kind of stuff, and then put it all up on my shelf. And that's how I kind of take care of it. So if you go in my garage, you'll see some boxes that have stuff in it, and those boxes will either have either be items that I haven't got to, but it's mostly items that I've got to, I've listed, and they're just waiting to be boxed up. And I can usually knock out a pretty decent, 4 or 5 boxes in about an hour. So that's how I handle my inventory. I make sure that, when it's ready to be touched and ready to go, that I fire it off real quick. And then I box my stuff up immediately. A lot of people don't like to do that. I think that's poison. I think that's really detrimental to your thinking process. When you're scrambling around, like looking around, like, where's this item? I got to send it off. I think it's in that box or that box. I think, RAIKEN has a tag way of figuring out his clothing where he knows exactly the rack or, the order of his clothing. Now, without that, you'd be screwed, right?
Oh man, I used to do it without the tags. I know firsthand how difficult it can be.
And the reason why you probably made the tags is you started fidgeting around looking for things, right?
Once I got up to like 200 items, I tell you, when you sell an item, it takes some time you get sick and tired of going through the whole closet and realizing you didn't find your item and having to go back again trying to find it, and you're like, you got to figure out a system.
Right. And I think that's one of the things in the green room that was discussed early. When Po' Boy Picker, for example, came into the room, I think one of his remarks was, I love list, I can do this. I hate boxing up products. Is this a really bad thing to possess? And I was like, you remember that? Yeah, it's comical, but this is why people come into the green room, right? We got to take care of people's problems and help them out. And it's very important to, first of all, understand that that's your issue, and then combat that and go, okay, this is my main issue. It's not the listing, which is usually most people's issue. Don't get me wrong. Most people suffer in the listing area. That's like hands down. So when his issue was, I don't like boxing things up, I was like, well, that's not really that bad of an issue. Many people would give to have that issue as opposed to a non-listing issue where you start hoarding all this crap, right?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we helped him out with that. We gave him some good information, but that's how I do it, right? If you look at my garage right now, you'll see 100+ boxes stacked up on these shelves, and they're ready to go. They all have little writings on the side of them exactly what's in there. It's pretty easy. So when it comes time to my eBay listings, every single day, I make 2 or 3, 4 or 5 sales, whatever. I just go there, I look for that box, boom, I put it on the shipping table, and then when I'm ready to do shipping and everything, I just do it. But I pull the boxes when I'm walking in and out of the garage. I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll pull that box and I'll put it on the shipping table because I know at some point I'm going to be shipping that off today. Anyway, so that's enough about how I take care of my inventory. Use boxes. I think that's really important, open top boxes, and make sure that you're nearly sorting the products when you're buying them. So the second you come out of the thrift store and you got a pair of shoes in your hand or something, think about to yourself, okay, where are these shoes going? Are they going to eBay? Are they going to my antique booth? If they're going to eBay, put them in an eBay box, right? And then go about your day finding more eBay things or finding more stuff. But make sure that you're literally sorting it the second you throw it in your car. It's being sorted already from the get-go. And that's my kind of 2 cents about inventory. That'll help you out a little bit right there. Hopefully that helps you guys out. If you like that kind of stuff, just hit me up in the comment feed saying, hey, or let me know how you handle your inventory. Or maybe you have a suggestion on how I can do it better. But that's what works for me right now. RAIKEN, what's going on? How do you deal with your inventory, and what do you do about overhead?
Right, so I guess I'll touch on overhead first. I mean, whenever you're taking more overhead into your business, I mean, you got to make sure that when you're spending money, you want to make sure that it's going to make you money. Like, for example, with the office. The reason why I went and got the office, the primary reason was because I wanted to hire some more employees. I wanted to leverage my business and be able to save some time. So having the office not only allowed me to have some employees that could come in and, ultimately take the pictures and do the measurements and, list the stuff, but it allowed me to have more space. And another big thing that was hurting me was space, just space in general. Like I didn't have a lot of space in my room, which I was working out of, and things were always unorganized, and when I'm unorganized, I'm not efficient. So, I mean, having the office, like I said, it allowed me to stay more organized, be more efficient with my time, get the employees, and it just, allowed me to leverage my time, so it was worth it. So I was willing to pay that money to, to grow my business and to build my business. So one important thing that I did with my office, with my lease, is to make sure that it was a month-to-month lease. A lot of people, they'll want to lock you into like a year. And, me being kind of like a beginner, I guess, when it came to the office because I never had one. I wanted to make sure that if things didn't work, I could get out of it. So I did the month-to-month lease. So it's been working out. I think I'm on my 4th month now, and things have been working out. It's allowed me to, hire people and be more efficient, and I've been getting into other little businesses and leveraging my time. So that's pretty much how I think of it. If I'm going to spend money on overhead, I want to make sure that's going to pay me back somehow. So that's kind of how I think. Now, in terms of inventory, how I organize it, as you know, I primarily do clothing. Obviously, sometimes I do shoes and other types of items, but I'll talk from like a clothing perspective. The number one thing you want to do when you get a bunch of bags of clothing is to get them on hangers really quick, because if you don't get them on hangers, like if you leave them in the bags just sitting in like a closet for like 3 or 4 or 5 days, you're going to notice they get wrinkled up really quick. You ever done that, Young?
Oh yeah, I do it to this day.
Yeah. One thing I learned that is if you get them out of the bags quick and hang them up, sometimes you won't have to iron them. A lot of times you won't have to iron them because a lot of the items that I get are like they've been washed, they've been dry cleaned, like they're in really good condition. Maybe it's my area in Connecticut, but first thing I do is when I bring them back to the office, I put them on hangers and I bring them down into my storage unit and I sort them. I put them out into the I have a clothing rack that's empty just for my inventory that I haven't listed up. So once I get it on hangers, I get it in there, I start processing it, I start writing my inventory numbers on it, and eventually I bring it up into the office where I have another clothing rack where I get ready to picture them, and my employee pictures them and measures them, and then we get them logged onto the computer and whatnot. So, I mean, we talked about this the other day. Once I buy it, I like to get it listed within a week or so, but sometimes it doesn't happen like that. I've probably got a few hundred items backlogged right now just because I've been doing some other things and trying to work some kinks out. But 1 week's really the sweet spot. Now, in terms of being able to find it, I've created a system, and we just touched on this. I created a system with clothing hangers where I put a piece of masking tape on each one, and I put a letter and I put a number on it. And that pretty much, I'm not going to really get in depth in terms of how I do that. You could search my channel and type in how to organize your clothing. I made like a 15-minute video on it, but it allows me to find one clothing item within seconds, and I've probably got over 1,000 items listed right now between my 2 accounts, and I could find it quick. So you got to come up with a system, especially if you're selling clothes, because if you don't have a system, you're going to find yourself pulling your hair out left and right because trust me, when you have a few hundred items, it's really hard to find one. When I was first starting off, I didn't have a system at all, and things were crazy. So you can make a system that works for you. It doesn't have to be the same one I have. It doesn't have to be the one Yong has or Chris has, but you got to figure out a system that works for you. It's really key, and time is money. If you're spending an hour a day trying to find your stuff, trust me, that hour could be better spent sourcing items or listing items or watching educational videos. So systems equals saving time, and that equals making money. So that's my little 2 cents.
Yeah, and the people out there, if you definitely like the information we're covering in this Hangout, don't forget to just hit the like button. That really helps us out. It really shows us like the engagement of the program and how people are responding to everything. We will get to the comment feed here in a second and get to your questions. But the coolest thing you can do for us right now, just hit that hit the like button. Totally helps us out. So with that being said, Young, so you are primarily an FBA kind of guy, right? And you are selling on eBay as well, right?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you know what? I'm gonna close this blind because it's really distracting. Just let me know if you guys can see me. I'm gonna close this blind. But yeah, I'm primarily an FBA guy. And the beauty of the FBA business, as I'm sure most of you guys know, right, is you source products, you label them, and you send them into the FBA warehouse. They'll store them there for you for a price. It's not free, but it's pennies, right? It's like a penny a month, depending on the size of your product. But they store them in their warehouse, and then when the customer buys them, they'll ship it out. Basically, they'll take care of everything for you, from the purchase of the item to the point where they ship it out, and if the customer returns it, they'll take care of all that. Only thing you got to do is just source your products and send it into the warehouse. And the beauty of that business is you don't have inventory at your house, right? And if you do, it's only temporary, again, because you're prepping the products to ship off to the warehouses. But that's the whole beauty of this whole business, but as Chris mentioned, I do sell on eBay, and I've been scaling my eBay business lately, and it's been really good. And for me, um, you know, uh, you guys, I might get some backlash on this, but it's like Steve
Uh-oh.
mentioned. It's like Steve mentioned earlier. Everyone's different, right? Um, I guess the big thing lately, watching Steve. So basically, what I'm getting at with this is, I think when you're doing an eBay business, it's always good to have an extra room or a garage. Now, I know, Steve, in your case, wake up, buddy.
I'm here. I'm here.
I know in Steve's
Your
case.
voice is so soothing, Yang. It just puts me to sleep.
No,
That's
Steve, I know in your case, as you mentioned, you went and got an office because you want to hire more employees, right? And that makes total sense. That's why he got an office. Me, on the other hand, I think that's a waste of money. Um, and I'm not necessarily speaking on no. See, no. See. This is what I said. I'm probably gonna get some hate on this. It's cool for Steve because he's hiring more employees. The last thing he wants is having 2, 3 people coming over to his house, and that's just too much. If that was the case for me, I would get an office too. But if it's just you, if it's one individual that's running an eBay business, make sure you have an extra room or an extra garage. And if you don't have that, don't get an office. Just get a bigger place. Because when you get an office and you have an apartment or a house, that's 2 properties you have to maintain now, and that's 2 properties you have to pay for. That
Dude, if
makes
I had more space, I would have done that. You've got a good
no,
point right
no,
there.
exactly. No, Steve. Like I said, I
I would
completely
have.
understand your situation because you're trying to hire employees, and if I was you, I would do the same thing. The last thing I want to do is have 2 or 3 employees come to my house. So in your case, hey, that's completely legit. But if it's one, like for instance, if it was just me running an eBay business, again, and my inventory is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it is. Fortunately, I have an extra room where I can store all my inventory. And at some point, if my inventory gets bigger than what the room can hold, um, I'm either going to have to move into a bigger place, or I'll just move everything into the garage. But again, that's just me. That's just the way I would do it. Again, it's just when you have. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having an office. If that's your thing, hey, so be it. But me personally, the last thing I want to do is, and this is something that we've always preached in the green room, right? Time is money. The last thing I want to do is spend time traveling back and forth to an office when I have plenty of space in my garage or something, right, Chris? I mean, I'm sure we talked about this in the past, right? Time is money, and like I said, and it's just less overhead. Again, if you find again, this is just my own opinion. If you guys don't like what I'm saying, don't lash out at Chris, don't lash out at Steve. Come to me, talk to me.
just dislike the video if you don't like what Young's saying.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just for me. It's just it makes no sense to maintain and pay for 2 properties. Just get a bigger apartment, get a bigger house, something that has a garage or an extra room where you can store your inventory. That's just my input on that. And again, I kind of got a feeling I might get some backlash on this, but hey, it's all good.
You know what? Honestly, though, as
Yeah.
much as I do agree with you, because I think, if you have the space and whatnot,
Mhm.
it would be good. But say you're living with somebody, you have a girlfriend, they might not want, people, strangers. Not everybody might be able to, hire their employees, their friends. The people that work for me are my friends. But, say you're living with somebody, and now you're going to tell your significant other that you're going to be bringing in strangers to work at the house, and you're going to be storing all your stuff there. I mean, what's your take, Yang, on mixing your business with your actual life? You know
Well,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Your
Well,
personal life with your business. When you mix it, that could cause some trouble
yeah,
right there.
no, absolutely. No, it's like I said though, Steve. If I was in your situation where I was hiring employees, then it would make complete sense to get an office, right? But right now it's just me.
Yeah.
I'm running my FBA business. I'm running my eBay business. There's no way in hell that I would go out and get an office because
Right.
um, that's just it's just me. I don't need an office. I have plenty of space at my house, and it's like I was saying, if I find that I get to a point where I am running out of space, I'm just gonna either move some of the stuff into my garage, and if that starts filling up, well, maybe I need to start looking into a bigger place.
I
That's
think
just
I think at the end of the day, we all need to take a look at our own lives because it could be
yeah,
different for every. There's pros and there's cons. I think that's what you're trying to say
exactly.
too.
And that's the thing. Everyone's different, right? Everyone has their own way of running a business. I mean, the way I run my business might not work out for you, and the way you guys run your business may not work out for me. But that's the whole beauty of having these hangouts is we can discuss it and and figure out, well, yeah, well, Chris made a good point, Steve made a good point, well, maybe I should try what they said.
Hey, Young,
Yeah.
you can't handle my business.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Okay.
you can't handle the truth,
Can't
damn
handle
it.
my business, bro. Okay. So for Morse Better, now we're gonna actually get into the comment feed and answer some questions. There are a lot of questions, so if we don't get to yours, we're super sorry. We're just gonna try to do our best. So if you have a cool question or a remark, or you're proud to be in the green room, not proud to be in the green room, just go ahead and type it up. And if you haven't liked the video, shame on you, but more than likely you have. I trust you guys. Okay, so for Morse Better, this is from basically 12 minutes ago. Okay, so I have a huge backload of unlisted clothing inventory, 200 items. Should I just stop buying any or all clothing until it's listed? Or should I just stick to buying top of the line stuff? Or just buy clothing like normal and double my listings? All right, so the last question is no, don't do that. First question for me is I would absolutely stop everything until you get the primary issue out of the way. There's no reason to contribute to the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just stick to buying top of the line stuff? Yeah,
Yeah.
because until you figure out your issue, which could be the quality of products you're buying, or it could be that you just don't like to list anything and you just don't think it's exciting stuff to list, right? When you get something exciting, you're like dying to list this thing because you know it's going to scream to the top. It's going to make, it's going to be a home run. If you're buying boring stuff, it's got that propensity to just sit in a box or sit in a bag. You're just like, it's just kind of boring. It's not exciting. I think honestly, in your situation, figure out why you haven't, listed those 200 items. First of all, is it like an internal weakness? And second of all, are those items boring items? Because I get it too. And should you just stick to buying the top of the line stuff? It's hard to say. There's money in clothing. RAIKEN makes money in clothing, and top of the line stuff makes a lot of money. That's obvious, but can you find it on a regular basis? That's a different story. So I think for sure, get into clothing. Young and I will tell you, and RAIKEN will tell you, get into shoes too. Where you see clothes, you'll see shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Shoes can pay good money as well, and they're a lot of times easier to list because you're just looking for a size in the damn thing, right? Or you can take a snapshot as one of your pictures of the actual tag, and it shows like the EU size, the French size, the Japanese size, the USA size, and you just put that on your listing. People know what that tag means when they look at it. You don't have to make a crazy description. When I do my shoes on eBay, it's always like, in good shape, see all the pics, tiny amount of wear, you be the judge, and that's it. And I put free shipping, Continental USA. I have like one line of words going across the screen. That is it. I don't put crazy amounts of crap in there. People know if they're at your shoe and they're looking at your ad, they know what they want already, and they're looking at that because they're looking at other ads that have that shoe. So anyway, get into shoes, right, Young? Shoes have money, right?
Get into women's shoes and get into men's shoes. I'm telling you, there's a lot of money to be made in women's shoes.
Don't actually get into the women's shoes like Young probably does. Like
I probably do at some point. If I drink too much of these, I'll probably do it.
Hey, let me chime in with that last comment real quick.
Yeah.
I want to make a remark because I fell into that trap too, especially with clothing. I was buying way too much because I'll tell you right now, if you focus your efforts on clothing, you could find so much stuff. You've gotta raise the bar. Honestly, you've got to take a look at yourself and say, listen, my time is worth X amount. I'm only willing to sell an item for something that I project to sell at 15 or 20 bucks because if you don't do that, if you're gonna find so much stuff, and it's gonna screw your business up, because you're gonna keep stacking stuff on stacking stuff. Things are gonna get messy. You're gonna start getting that feeling like, oh my gosh, all this money's locked up. It's so overwhelming, and you're gonna screw yourself. I'm telling you right now, it happened to me, and I almost messed up in the beginning, but I took some time and I said, you want to know what? I'm going to raise the bar. I'm going to keep my standards up high. And, sometimes you're going to sell it for less. It happens, but you got to raise the bar, and you got to set your standards, and you've got to get yourself on a listing schedule. I mean, there was one point where I was listing 20 or 30 things a day by myself, and I was grinding it out, and I was just working, when I had no employees or anything. But you got to get in a listing routine. You got to raise the bar, and you got to list this stuff up. My suggestion would be stop listing, stop going out and buying altogether. I mean, yes, you can go out and cherry pick those things, but honestly, it's not worth your time right now. Get in the habit of listing. Get everything listed, because you're just wasting all your money right now having it sit there. And if it gets too big, you're going to piss off your girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever's asking the comment. You're going to turn your house into a freaking JCPenney warehouse, and you're going to get bed bugs.
No one likes the JCPenney warehouse with bed bugs, man. That's the worst. That's when you officially have lost control. Robert A. Burns II. Now we're gonna have to start going into rapid fire mode here. So let's be thinking, because I want to get around to a lot of the people's questions.
That was housekeeping. That was housekeeping.
Okay, thanks for interrupting the show, Young.
Yeah, nice. Go throw your towels over there. All right.
Shut the hell up, all right.
So we're going to do rapid fire mode, okay? So we're all in like short answer mode right now. We're going to see if we can get to a bunch of questions. We good with that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is specifically going to RAIKEN. When is it time to get an intern? From Robert A. Burns, who's I think he's in the green room. I think. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. When is the right time to get an intern? Summarize that up real quick. What do you think?
I'd say the right time is when you're ready to spend more time sourcing versus actually listing all your items up. You've hit your threshold. You're stuck at a certain amount of money. Maybe you're only selling 3,000 or 4,000, and you just have no more time. That's when it's time.
Cool. Cool Toads. This is directed to Young.
Hey.
Young, did you sell the Gucci shoes that we picked up the other time we hit thrifts a couple weeks back? Yes or no?
No, not yet.
Okay. How much do you think you're going to sell them for?
I have them listed for $200 right now.
Okay. So maybe about 150, 200 easily, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably lower it here in a few days.
Cool. Good. Let's get to some more. Katie Patton, to me, my question is, will the bike book have its title on the spine? I don't know if I'm going to make it a physical book yet. It might just be a digital download, but we'll see. I won't be opposed to putting it into physical form. We will see about that. But thanks for asking that. I am halfway into my bike guide and making it, so that's pretty cool. Gilberto Solorio. Hey guys, on the last show you mentioned listing at least 5 items per day will really increase the algorithm in your store. Absolutely. Does this apply to relisting unsold items? Thank you for your time. I believe it does. eBay is going to help anybody that's helping them look more like a marketplace. So
so basically going back on that question was, like I said, I was listing like 5 items per day, and it was stuff that sat on the shelf for months would just sell all of a sudden. So yeah, I believe it does help.
Cool. Patrick Henry. I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota with a harsh winter coming up. Will thrift stores have less inventory? Question mark. Steve, I know you might be in a similar situation. Should I stock up now?
I mean, it seems to be pretty constant throughout the year for me. I don't really notice that big of a difference. A lot of people, they try to stock up for summer items or winter items based on the season, but if you're selling internationally or throughout the country, it really doesn't make a difference to me. I mean, you could stock up if you want, but I've never really done anything like that to like a serious extent.
Okay. From Robert A. Burns again, question to the Green Room admins, what's the #1 item that you should have bought this week but you didn't? That's a good question. I'm going to combat that with some thought process. If I should have bought it, then I should have bought it. Then I don't understand why I wouldn't have it. Let's put it that way, right? I don't go for the shoulda, woulda, coulda feeling. I go for the I got it feeling, and I know what it's worth feeling. That's why I bought it feeling.
Yeah.
I don't look back and go, oh, I should have bought that. Like I don't have conflicting thoughts, and here's why. Because when I look at an item, I'm already assessing the market, the eBay, fee or whatever fee involved, where it's going to go, what avenue, and how much pure profit I'm going to walk out with on the worst case scenario. And if that number is over, it seems like 20 or 30 bucks these days, I go for it. If it's below that, I don't even mess with it. So that's just my answer. So. Did you have anything you regretted not buying this week, Young?
No, yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't normally have that problem.
Okay, and then Raiken, same. You
Yeah,
buy.
I regret not buying the 5 Pendleton shirts that my friend sent me a picture of that beat me to it in the same town as me.
But did you ever see him physically or no?
No, he beat me to it.
Okay, so there you go. Okay. Um, this is an interesting question. I don't know where to go with this, but Larry Birch says, I got 12 to 15 items. Should I do Amazon FBA or sell it on eBay? Most are games new in the box. Define games. That's important. But if it's games new in the box, whether it be computer games or board games, that's
FBA.
pretty much FBA, yeah. So Young is going to say FBA. I knew he was going to say that. That's what I would say too. Gilberto Solorio says, "Hey, what's wrong with cross-dressing?" Question mark on the remark about the
What?
shoes and Young putting on women's shoes.
Oh.
All right, nothing wrong with cross-dressing, right, Young?
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
Hey, we all do
All
it.
right. Okay, so here we go. Robert Bjorkdahl, another great video. Love the green room. Proud member. Listing right now. Always listing. Good advice on the shorter description. I think I overwrite. Good advice on raising the bar. If I have an overload of inventory, I just stop buying and list like crazy. Cool. So that's great. So he's basically saying, what Raiken said, what I said, all good stuff. John Gums. This is for Raiken more than likely. How often do you run sales in your eBay store?
All the time now.
Okay, all the time. Young, how many times do you run sales in your eBay store?
Never.
Okay, I don't
Yeah,
either.
never run a sale.
Alan Mendoza. Okay. Hey, Raiken, what do you look for in blazers, suits, and sport coats?
So many different things. That's a really hard question to answer right there. There's a lot of things. I'll give you one thing that I look for with the blazers. I really like to look for the ones with the gold buttons. Any brand, look for the blazers with the gold buttons. They'll sell. It might take some
Really?
time, but yeah, really good selling point right there.
Why's that, Steve? How come they tend to sell better than the others?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
The blazers with the gold button. You said they sell better than. Any reason why?
People, there's just a market for it. People like them. They stand out. They look really classy, and I mean, especially like the navy blue ones. They're really sharp. They're really classy, and they'll sell. I mean, even like lower end brands like Stafford.
Oh
Believe it or
wow.
not, they're all over the place. But if you find a nice Stafford blazer that's like a unique color, sometimes they'll come in maroon or green. Find them with the gold buttons. You're looking at making some decent money, and I mean I could pick them up for $2 to $4 over here in the
Oh
half
gosh.
off days, and they just
That's good
sit
to know.
behind. And there's a limited inventory. There's an abundance of them, and they're a timeless item. That's the beauty about it. They're timeless. They're going to be selling for years and years to come.
That's good to know. Thanks for sharing, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
man.
eBay Pereiro says pick of the week. That's a good one. Trying to think what I found this week. I'll get back to that here in a second. You guys be thinking about the pick of the week. God, that's a really good. I'm just trying to think what I found. I've had sales of the week like all day, man. Today I sold a bike up pick for $40. I don't even know if it was a ride along video. You know what? I decided not to do a ride along video. Not last week, but the week before. Picked up a bike for $40. Sold it for 120 today. The Scrabble game that I showed on the last Green Room Hangout. The gold Franklin Mint Scrabble thing that I held up.
Yeah.
It's sitting right here actually. That thing sold for $119.99.
Oh wow.
Picked that for $8. Oh, I know what my pick of the week is. I'll just say it right now. I want to say it was Friday last week. I went to a Salvation Army. I picked up a pair of ASICS gel Kinseys. They're like these multicolored, freaking crazy-looking women's shoes, and they were kind of used. Picked them up for like $450-ish, something like that. Sold them for $89.99. So that was a good flip. Yeah. So that's mine. Young, do you think you have a pick of the week or Raiken?
Go to RAIKEN first.
Okay. Reagan.
My pick of the week. I'm trying to think. I didn't really go picking much. I've got so much inventory backlogged right now, and as an example of what I was talking about, when I've got a lot of inventory backlogged, I'm really not picking that much. I'm trying to think what my pick of the week was. I need a minute to think about that. I'm not really sure. I did find I don't know if this is a pick of the week, but I found some new tag Lucky Brand jeans for $5 a pop at a Salvation Army, and there was like 4 or 5 of them. I scooped them all up, so those will probably sell for, who knows, $30 to $50 a pop. So that's a pretty nice find.
That's pretty good when you find all those. They were all new.
All new with tags, and what
That's
store
good.
was it? I think it was like from Macy's or something like that. Some name brand store. I don't know if they donated them. They were kind of awkward sizes on the smaller end. So I find a lot of the new with tag stuff, even Levi's, donated to the thrift stores that are kind of smaller size because they don't sell that well locally. But if you sell it on like a national basis, they sell well because there's that person looking for them and they can't find them in the stores.
Cool. Young, your pick of the week. You still want to think about it?
No, I'm with Steve. I didn't go picking that much, but I did go picking today. Just don't tell my boss. Found this book. I think I paid about $2. It's going for about $150 on FBA. So
That's it. Only 150.
But you know what? The thing with this particular book though is it has an extremely high ranking, so it's a nice long tail item. And that's the beauty of long tail items, right? It's like you buy them for about $1 or $2, and then 6 months to a year from now, it's just a big surprise, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I forgot. I mean, just like that sale that I've mentioned in the green room today, right? You know, I sold a book that I completely forgot I even had in my inventory, and then it sold after 8 months, and it's just so yeah. So I'm expecting to sell that somewhere down the road. And
Nice.
It's a surprise.
Okay, Blythe Snow, Raiken, echo on this. What are your thoughts on using a bin system for sorting clothes versus a rack storage system? Quickly.
I think it works. I know people who do it and they find it effective. I went with the racks. I think either way would be fine.
Okay, Young, quick question for you too. Profit Dojo. Hey, Young, what's the minimum number of items you'll send off to FBA? Question mark. Also, your next guest should be Cody Hawk. Okay, so Young, first question.
Yes.
Minimum number of items you're going to send off to FBA.
That's one of the more common questions, but I always do a minimum of 30, and the reason being is because the Avery label, each sheet holds 30 labels.
I do the same thing, Young. That's funny.
Yeah, no.
It's
So
kind of crazy. It's like I think about that. I'm like, okay, maybe I need to get 30, and then after a while, I'm just like, the hell with that. If I have 15 or 20, dude, those labels, I don't even buy Avery. I get the eBay like this fat, huge stack of labels for like $11, dude. I don't care if I burn off 15 of them. I really don't care.
Send me over that link, Chris.
I have a huge stack of them. I could probably just send you some of my stack.
with me,
I don't think I'll ever get around to all that.
with me, through my day job, I get a corporate discount at Office Max, so I'll buy all those for like just ridiculous.
Yeah, and your office discount or your whatever, that's in the green room too. So everyone gets to use Young's office codes in the green room at Office Depot.
As long as they pay me back.
Cool. All right, here's a good one. Patrick Henry, another question for Steve. Can you talk a little bit about health and nutrition and what's it done for your life? You look a ton more vibrant than a year ago.
Honestly, I kind of was slipping for like the last 3 or 4 months. Like my whole life, I've always been kind of like dealing with I don't know, my nutrition and health. Over the years, I've kind of hurt my elbow from baseball and my shoulder, and I can't really lift weights anymore. And I had lost a lot of weight from running. Then I was kind of having some lung issues with asthma and stuff. So I've been kind of bouncing up and down. But I mean, I guess I do look and feel a little better from a year. But honestly, I've been kind of struggling. But I've been back on track for like the last month. I'll tell you right now, if I'm not eating right, if I'm not exercising, my quality of life goes down, my productivity goes down, my energy goes down, and overall, like, I just feel like crap. But lately I've been, exercising a lot more, eating healthy, and I find that I'm a lot more energetic, positive, productive, and, just outgoing. I enjoy life a lot more. So I suggest that anybody out there, and trust me, if you want to talk about nutrition and health, Chris is the guy because I mean, we were kind of talking in Texas. He's been, doing the whole health thing for a while, and he's really a great leader or example. But I tell you, if you guys are struggling with your health and stuff. I mean, you got to try to get it back on track. You got to take it a step at a time, because you could have all the money in the world, you could have all the women or men, whatever you're striving for, all the materialistic things, cars, houses. If you don't have your health, you really don't have anything. So that's my opinion, at least. So you got to try to, spend a little time every day focusing on it.
Yeah, and for
Oh,
Young, for
damn.
example, Young, you can have all the women's shoes in the world and try them all on and prance around the room with them, but if you
Yeah.
don't have your health, man, you're nothing,
Yeah.
dude. You're nothing.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with Steve, man. I'm right there with Steve.
That's one of the things, and I guess I have to ask this question real quick because I have a YouTube channel that's regarding fitness. There's only like 13 videos on there right now. I was gonna film a video not tomorrow, but the next day, and I was thinking about having the channel these short burst kind of workouts that are real short. I'm talking like 15 minutes, 20 minutes long. Targeted workouts, and I was thinking about making one that's like built for people that really want to get in shape, that are kind of in shape already, right? They want to fine tune their game, people that can actually, move around and not feel exhausted. And then I thought about also making a secondary video while I'm still in the garage, still working out, for overweight people. Now, do you think that would work out there, right? Can I make 2 videos about the exact same workout, but just put an adaptation for the overweight people? Because we know that overweight people sometimes they can't freaking do a burpee, they can't do push-ups sometimes, they can't do chin-ups. A lot of things are very limiting to them. Lunges. So you think that's something that would help my workout channel? I just want to get it. We got 90 viewers, so I may as well take a tiny poll. Or should I just stay the course with just like people that are kind of fit already and just fine tune their game? Anyway, just a question I have for you guys. So yeah, we have a lot of people talking about their picks of the week in here, and we're at 8:53 p.m. So we got 7 more minutes in this show. But one of the questions I want to ask all you guys out there is, did you like the content of this show? And second of all, I got 4 things I want to say real quick. First, did you like this show? Second of all, have you liked the show? Okay, because if you haven't liked the show, I will probably come to your place tomorrow and ask you questions right to your front door. And then,
Gosh, dude, you're always threatening people. I don't get it,
well, I
man.
didn't say I was gonna. Hey, dude, I'm asking questions, man. That's a good thing.
Okay, all right.
Plus, they get to meet Bonafide, bro. Okay, and then number 3 is, who do you want us to interview next? Number 4 is, if you could have anything talked about on the green room and echoed between us admins, what would it be? What would be your dream topic that we can discuss? Because we got a lot of good ones. In fact, the inventory one was one that was pulled from about 3 green rooms ago. And I was screening the comments going, okay, this sounds like something good that we could echo on. So we're listening to you guys out there. Help us out. First of all, definitely, like that video. Second thing is the content good on this actual, broadcast? Third, who do you want to see in the green room? Like, who do you want us to, be a guest? Fourth, what do you want us to talk about on the next Hangout?
I know who a great guest would be.
Who is that, RAIKEN?
And I want to know if you guys, Young or Chris, if you guys have watched him. Cody Hawk. Somebody mentioned him earlier in the comments.
I heard about this guy, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with Chris. I heard of him, but I've never.
You guys
seen
both got to check out Cody Hawk. I mean, me and Cody, we've never talked. I mean, we've never even reached out to one another. I'd like to talk to him, though, because, man, he's been doing a great job. You guys check him out, Cody Hawk on YouTube, everyone watching too. If you're interested in Amazon FBA or eBay or just making money online, this guy, I really like his personality. He's forward, and I tell you right now, he's got a lot of good stuff on his channel. I mean, if you're trying to take your game to the next level, he's one of the guys you want to be listening to. So I'm going to try to reach out to Cody. Cody, if you're watching, reach out to us as well, because I think it'd be a privilege to speak to you and, have you give your 2 cents to everybody.
Okay, cool. We're going to look at Cody Hawk's videos after this, and, if RAIKEN's saying he's definitely meant for the green room hangout, we're going to bring him on. I trust your opinion and your decision on that. RAIKEN, what do you think the likes are at? Don't even look. What do you think? I'm just curious.
Last time I looked, it was at 60-something. I'd like to see it at around 80.
Okay, we're at 72 and 5 dislikes.
Mm.
So we are at 72 likes. There's some people listening to us out there. We got 93 viewers. So if we take 72 plus 5, we're at 77. So it looks like 16 people haven't represented.
Let me ask you a question, Chris.
You people. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Chris. Do you think people like free stuff?
Oh, God. I have no idea, man. I don't. I
Oh,
think people like free stuff.
I mean, I don't have anything to give away. I was hoping you might have something to give away.
I could probably give away, but I think okay. Here's what we should. Ooh, man. I don't know if we should
Like
give
that.
away that.
What
Hey,
you got?
Hey, Young. Do you have any cool FBA things that we can give away, like mantiques or anything? At home, not here, not in your hotel room.
Give him a
no, yeah,
seashell.
yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, I can get him a copy of the
Do
book,
you
or
have mantiques at your place in your home?
yes, I do have a copy of Mantiques at home. So basically, what Chris is referring to is a book. It's called Mantiques. It's a book about antiques that men collect. Great book. Yeah, I have a copy.
Okay, is it your copy, personal, or is it another one?
No, it's my copy. I don't mind giving it away, though.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay. So, Raiken, if people want free stuff, they can get mantiques. Dude, I even want this.
Mm. I've
Right,
heard
Young,
good stuff about
I override everyone in this green room hangout. Can you just send it to me?
Actually, you know what? I'll personally send both of you guys a copy, but I'm willing to give one away.
Well, how are you going to send us both a copy when you only have one?
I'll buy you guys a copy.
Oh.
Jeez.
So, Young, since you're going to be giving away a copy, I mean, do they have to do something? Should they reach a certain amount of likes? I mean, what are you thinking? How are you going to give this copy away?
Yeah, you know what? Well, okay. I know. First of all, you gotta go to my Facebook. No, I'm just trying to think. First of all, you gotta go to my Facebook page. They have to like my page.
Your thinking face looks really hilarious. You're just like,
Oh my gosh. And let's see. What should the question? Oh, I know. I've probably meant. I can't remember. I probably mentioned it earlier in the show. And if not, I mentioned it in my
well,
Facebook page.
go on your Facebook and put the question, dude. You have to write it in your Facebook right now. I mean, go right now into your Retro Aficionado Facebook and
Well,
write out a question. Let's see who answers it first.
first of all, you take the damn bass out of your voice.
Dude, this is the most obvious way to like do it quickly, man.
I'm doing it now. Okay, I'm doing that.
I'm posting the link to your page in the comment section right now. So if anyone wants to go to your Facebook, check the comment section right about now. It should be in there.
Hold on.
Okay, and then in your Facebook page, make a post and say the question and just colon and whatever it is, and let's just watch that thing erupt with responses.
All right. Question is posted
It's posted?
right now.
You can say it out on air because people still have to go to your Facebook page. So what is it? What's the question?
So basically, my question is, what town am I currently staying at?
Oh, wow, that's a tough one, man.
I think I mentioned it right earlier.
I don't
No?
know if you did. That's why I'm thinking it's a tough
Okay.
question.
Well, I don't know. I can't remember either. But
What color were the white towels that came into his room by the maid?
no, but you know what? If people were smart, the clues are there. The clues are. That's all I'll say. You know, the clues are
Okay,
there.
there's about 3,000 cities in California, so
No, I'm saying,
start guessing.
you know, the people that follow me on Facebook, they know. Ah,
Okay.
see, someone already got it.
Really? Someone got it?
Well,
Yes or no?
yeah, it was Abby and Brock. No, you guys can't win. It was Abby and Brock. You guys can't win. No, I'll give it to him. Hey, I'll send you guys a book.
Oh, wow. So we
It was
have
Abby
people
and
in the
Brock
green
Parks.
room winning the green room hangout contest. That's great. That is good. That's pretty funny though. So yeah, there's a lot of cool people. People want Cody Hawk. My vote for Cody Hawk. Cody Hawk, Gil Money, Michael Jordan. We'll try. I mean, we'll try. It says next guest is Spokane Pickers if you can't get Michael Jordan. Yaya HYFR says I want Usher. Man, you guys are really going for some big guests, man. It's like the hell with this, picking crap. Let's just get a real guest. They asked for it. Okay, so yeah, we have a lot of people that want free stuff. Obviously, hey, everyone wants free stuff. You guys paid attention. So, how many people answered it now, Yang? Only one?
Well, let me refresh. No, it was a bunch. It was like 8 comments. So.
But are any of them correct besides Abby's and Brock Parks?
No, they're all correct with the exception of Stanley Joe put blow up sheep. Ah, crap, wrong question. Well, I don't know. I don't know what that means, but
That's
yeah,
funny.
I'm currently in Monterey, California, and I actually grew up in this town, so it was always good to come back home. Um, so the high school I went to is literally right across the street, almost.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
So
so it's
if you're
always.
there around Saturday, you can go to the detention, bro. Check it out for a
Dude,
second.
you know what? It's funny that you say that because I've done that many times.
Robert Bjorkhoff says, I like free stuff, but I'd rather give you guys the money to pay it forward. Bonafide, finally read your book. Really good stuff. Thank you.
Awesome.
Free, love it. Nice, nice, nice. So Abby and Brock Park said basically Orange Elephant 523, put it up to the person behind us, someone non-green room. That's what he said right now.
Oh, wow.
So who's the next one?
It's Liz Santa Cruz. Oh, Liz. Okay, so yeah, Liz is she's actually local. She lives in San Jose. Her and I've been communicating on Facebook. So yeah, Liz, I'll make sure you get a copy of that book. Actually, we're supposed to go picking on Saturday, so I'll just bring it then.
Cool. Okay, so that pretty much does it for our hangout. We're 2 minutes over. Sorry, guys. It looks like we're an hour, 2 minutes. Thanks for watching the show. We will try to have an action-packed show next week as well. Like I said, if you have a suggestion on the guest or the topic that you want us to cover, you can leave that comment into the comment feeds. We'll be seeing this comment feed evolve for the next week, and we always get prompted about the new comments that are in there, even if it doesn't happen live. So yeah, on the behalf of the Green Room admin staff, if you're in the Green Room, thanks for joining the Green Room. And if you're not in the Green Room, definitely consider joining the Green Room. It's a lot of fun, just like these Hangouts, except it's basically every day. RAIKEN, got anything you want to add? But I'm out of here. So, RAIKEN, anything?
Yeah, thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Let us know that you like these videos. We'll keep making more. Let us know in the comments, like Chris said, what do you want to see for our next episode? Maybe a topic. Is there anybody you've been watching on YouTube that you'd like us to reach out to get them on the show? Because really, we want to deliver the most valuable content possible to help you guys to make more money in your business. And we're trying to have some fun here as well. So be active in the comments. We'll definitely get to you and try to answer your questions.
Okay, and Crossdresser Young, anything to close it up with?
No, I'm just drinking my wine. No, hey, seriously, thanks for watching, guys. We, the admins, really enjoy, doing these shows and hanging out with you guys. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Thanks for the support. And catch you guys next week. I'll be home by then.
All right, guys, we're out of here. See you later. See ya.